got a secret underneath. Yeah, she's this naughty little freak. She likes to put on a show. She likes when it takes control.
Start with some big news from early this morning out of Green Bay, where the Packers Board of Directors unanimously approved Ed Policy as the franchise's new chairman, president, and CEO, a move that effectively makes Policy the de facto owner of the NFL's only community-owned franchise. That will start in July of 2025 when Mark Murphy, who has held that post since way back in 2008, set the cycle off as he hits his 70th birthday. They ran a thorough search, but Ed Policy, the son of longtime 49ers president Carmen Policy, is the man, an in-house hire in Green Bay. As we welcome in more of our friends right here, Stacey Dales, who covers the Packers quite a bit, as well as our front office analyst, Mark Ross. Mark, I was thinking this morning, going back to my Green Bay Press Gazette days, and that was at a time of the transition from not just Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers, but it was Bob Harlan to Mark Murphy. Mark Murphy has held that post ever since. Not just have the Packers had three quarterbacks effectively for 3 decades, they've had 3 team presidents overseeing the entire operation. So I pose this question to you, Mark. Brett Favre won a Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl. Some would argue maybe they could have won more than one Super Bowl. Jordan Love and the Packers, how set up are they in your mind to get that Super Bowl and maybe another?
Well, you talked about the stability, Tom, and you forgot about the people making the decisions and the stability there. Ron Wolf goes to Ted Thompson, goes to Brian Gutekunst. They all kept it in that Green Bay tree. That stability in the front office with the decision makers allows for stable decision making with quarterbacks. Ron Wolf traded for Favre. Ted Thompson drafted Aaron Rodgers, and now Goody got his guy in Jordan Love. And he got Jordan Love, but he also surrounded him with a ton of young talent who he gets to grow with together. And you get to make those decisions as a GM because you have the stability to say, you know what, this is not a knee-jerk season here or there. Yes, we're going to allow you to draft these young guys and grow together. And so far, it has been worked out tremendously in one season with Jordan Love and all his young receivers and tight ends and offensive linemen. So Green Bay really has been the standard bearer, Stacey, of you got to have the quarterback. You got to have the stability on the back end. And just in one season, I know you'll talk about it might be even better in year 2 for Jordan Love and the young crew.
Absolutely, Mark. And congratulations to Ed. And, you know, it's just an organization that seems to make smart decisions all the time, right? And that is the case when it comes to quarterbacks. And I've done reports on comparing, you know, Brett Favre's first season to Aaron Rodgers' first season to Jordan Love's first season, and it got markedly better last year. And when you talk about year 1 to 2, this actually is his 5th season in Green Bay. So listen, Mark and Tom, he knows this offense, but I would describe it as the old cliche, night and day from last offseason to this offseason. And Jordan Love has openly talked about how much better a feel he has. They often pick pretty good head coaches, too, with his head coach and play caller, Matt LaFleur. Specifically, how much better a feeling he has for what Matt LaFleur is seeing, what he's calling based upon what he's seeing. And, guys, that absolutely permeates this entire young roster. It was the youngest offense in the National Football League last season, and it will be one of the youngest subsequently this season. Last year was the first time, as Jordan Love has talked about, that a lot of his young players, a couple of those guys, big-time rookies, were hearing play calls for the first time in the NFL. And it's at a point now where he has acknowledged he can actually change the call at the line of scrimmage in his 2nd full-time season as starter. So things look really exciting for the Green Bay Packers offensively with just another young offense that I think, guys, they could have some superstars in the making on that receiver core.
Mark, this is also a franchise that's not been afraid to pay the quarterbacks a lot of money. They had the highest paid quarterback for a long time, a decade or so ago with Aaron Rodgers. The difference was back then that was at $22 million per year. Now the top of that market is 150% beyond it at $55 a year. Jordan Love did the Band-Aid deal last year. He's on the books for like $11 million this season. He's not going to play for that. In your mind, from a front office perspective, what is the magic number to make sure you're locking in Jordan Love for the long haul here?
Well, you know, they've been working on this, of course, behind the scenes. We don't see it publicly, but of course they're working on it. And working out different ways, and it's always that final number you talked about, Tom. And what was the last one? Was 55 a year for Trevor Lawrence. Now, that's kind of the number. Will he get 56 per year? Will he get up to 60? It just all depends on how they're going to structure the deal. But whatever that number ends up being, are they going to get it in there before Tua's deal gets in? We'll talk about Tua later. Now, does that throw off the number for what the next big number is to the next in line? The interesting thing for me, we talked about this last week, whoever's the next one up is the best contract. But for me, Jordan Love also has a chance to be a top 5 quarterback as well. So not only is he just the next one up, I think he has a chance to be the best one up as well when it's all said and done, Tom and Stacey.
Guys, and I would just say, didn't Jordan Love just get engaged to his partner and now fiance? I think things are going really well for Jordan Love. Guess what? Nice job, control room. We have a shot of it right here. Congratulations to this couple, because listen, if you're getting engaged in the offseason in a place like that, Tom and Mark, and you are due for a big contract extension after the way we've seen this young man evolve and this organization sitting behind Aaron Rodgers all these years, good things are in store for him. He deserves it. And they might have a pretty good defense in Green Bay this year, too.
We started off the segment talking about would Jordan Love get that ring and maybe more. We don't actually know that, but we know who does have a ring. His new fiancée, Ronica Stone. Congratulations to the
C.J. Stroud, third quarterback in the last 50 years to lead the NFL in both passing yards per game and touchdown to interception, turnover ratio.
Yep.
What are you talking about? This brother had a 157 passer rating in his first playoff game against the #1 ranked defense in the NFL, which is Cleveland. We saw what the man did during the regular season. And by the way, Mike T is younger than Jordan Love. I mean, what are you talking about? You brought
Cheaper.
Younger and cheaper. You of all people, as cheap as you are, you actually gonna sit up there and say that somebody who is more expensive, older, and on top of it all, didn't have the numbers that C.J. Stroud had, or somebody
Stephen
you would
A.
take.
Stephen A. Ask him about this. Last year, it was Justin Herbert.
You do change it up.
Change it up,
Justin
Justin Herbert's still in the family. I got Ella, Jacob, Justin, and Jordan. Now, they changed. It's Deion Sanders. They changed. And by the way, Ella and Jacob, they aren't salary cap friendly. I can tell you that. But let's go back to that Dallas game. That was a knockout punch. They went up and down the field against a really good Dallas Cowboy defense. We talk about all their struggles.
Aaron Jones running the football helped a lot.
No doubt about it.
All right then.
Yeah, but Houston didn't run the ball last year?
Houston didn't run the ball.
They didn't run the ball that much, Mike Tate.
With Bobby Slowick, Houston didn't run the ball. That's why they went out and got Joe Mixon. Houston was about C.J. Stroud from start of the season to the finish of the season.
You got to know how to take the L, Mike. I got RC with me.
He's changed. C.J. Stroud. Hey, C.J. Stroud changed an entire organization.
I like C.J. Stroud. It's not. This is not against C.J. Stroud, but what I'm saying is, when you look at what Jordan Love did after sitting for 2 years and the platform he has now, to me, like, when you look at those young skill players, when we're talking about them in November into the playoffs, they're going to be unstoppable on offense, not just this year, but going forward. And they got the one piece they needed, Jordan Morgan, the left tackle. I think
so down with Diggs. It's wide out with Stroud throwing the football. I mean, that's not a big deal. 2010 to 2023, 43 quarterbacks were drafted. 43. One of them won a playoff start as a rookie. One.
It's really exciting to see Kenneth out there doing a lot of good things and making a lot of good plays. Ready to work, willing to listen, and always willing to get better. And that's what you look for in younger guys and guys who really want to be successful in this league.
I would say it's exponential how much he's improved, and his mentality, his attitude is definitely contagious. He's definitely earned the respect of everybody in that locker room.
Some head-turning results thus far for Kenneth Odumegu, but he's just one of many Packers performing at a high level. Let's now shift the offseason spotlight to third-year wideout Romeo Doubs.
think Rome's had an outstanding spring, and it's evident by the work that he puts in on a daily basis. He's in there in the morning, one of the last guys to leave the building. He's very deliberate about the work he puts in, and I think it showed. You know, we challenged him on a couple of things that we thought he could really do a better job with, and he's embraced that. He's had a lot of great moments. As a matter of fact, I can't think of a bad day that he's had out there. He is definitely improving.
I thought it was progressive. I'm not big on good or bad. I think alignment is everything, and just throughout the course of the start of this offseason, every day it was something I can get better at, and that's what I look forward to throughout the course of this summer and going into camp.
So what foundation is Romeo looking to build on? Where to begin?
Looks the end zone, throws the left side, he's got down, touchdown!
87 is looking for a similar jump to the one he made between years 1 and 2, where he started every game, doubled his yardage, and led the team with 9 touchdown receptions.
Pump fakes, throws late, touchdown! Romeo does on the post!
Sign us up for another year of that, here on Packers Daily.
Drop a little danger, they both crave.